Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Today we are going to cover these two topics. Today we will cover these two topics, and next week on Sunday we will cover remaining things. Might be Sunday and Monday we can complete the next whole basis. We will complete, and if anybody having any doubt they can do, and the servers will be available till 10th of June. Till 10th of June the servers will be also available. You can work on those servers and hands-on. Today, in our today's session, we are going to cover these two topics. Printers and background jobs. How to schedule the background jobs and how to set up the printer and school administration class. In SAP systems, we are having the different types of processes. We are having dialogue, word process, background process, school process. These are the different processes are there. We have different purpose of those processes. In SAP systems, we are having different types of processes. You can see the picture diagram up here. We have dialogue work process for interactive login. Whenever a user is good login, the dialogue work process is used. Background work process is used to schedule anything in the background mode. Suppose I want to take the backup, I want to run a report. Then we can use the background, the process update to update into the database, and school processes for the printing. We have already covered dialogue work process, how to log in the system, background update, and school. All these three processes we are going to cover now. Today we will discuss about how to use these processes, background update and school process. What the definition of these processes? Dialogue word process fulfill all the requests for the execution of the dialogue steps triggered by an active user. Additional dialogue work process on request are not covered by other worker processes type. Every dispatcher require at least 2 dialogue work process. It means what? Whenever we are going to run, suppose I want to log in into the TRN system or any SAP system, I require a dialogue work process. Without dialogue work process, I cannot log in. Minimum 2 dialogue work process is required. I just log in with DDIC user here. You can see all the dialogue work process. Now to see the process, S50 is the decode. S50 is the decode. With that we can see the process. Dialogue work process. We are having multiple dialogue work process. Like here you can see I am having total 10 number of dialogue work processes I am having. Whenever a user is going to log in, the dialogue work process listens the incoming request and process the user request. Dialogue work process. You must be having enough number. Suppose one dialogue work process can accommodate 100 users. If 500 users want to log in into SAP system, we must be having at least 5 or 6 dialogue work process. Update work process to update into the database. Background work process we require to update into to schedule anything into the background. Suppose I want to run a report in the background, I can use BTC. Background work process. Spool work process is for printing purpose. I want to take the printout. I require the spool process. These are the 4 types of processes are available in SAP system. These are the 4 types of processes: dialog, background spool, and today we are going to discuss about spool work process. How to take the printout. This process is responsible for printing purpose and this process is responsible for background scheduling. If I want to schedule anything in background mode, I can schedule using this process, and if I want to update anything, we can use this process. Today we are going to do these 2 things: printer and spool administration. Suppose I want to take the print out of this screen. You are able to see my screen. I want to take the printout. There is a printer button here. I can take the print button. Then it is saying output device. What would be the output? I have to select by default LT. One is the output device, then I am going to take the output of this device. You see, here there will be a spool request generated. The spool number is 10713 is created without immediate output because we don't have any printer assigned here. Spool request is created with immediate effect. The spool process is responsible for printing in the system. We have 3 types of printers in SAP. What are those 3 types of printers we are going to see, and how to create printer, define printer, how to perform the spool administration. These things we are going to cover today's session. Sanjay, this spool process you created. But it's already there. There should be 2 spool processes, but it is showing only one. I am not creating. Spool request is created, not spool process. This is what it is saying. Spool request is created, not the spool process. This is pure as the existing one. One is enough. If I want to create another spool process, then how to define is like I can go to RZ11. RZ11 is a T code. We can change the parameters because this is related to parameters. We can change the spool cost parameter. We can see the if any parameter I want to change, I can go to here and I can change like work process number, spool. I can display here. Now it is set 1. Current value is 1. If you want to change it, you can put 0 to 5 to 12. Maximum value you can put 500. And 0 is the minimum. We can change it also. 1 is enough. 1 is enough we can, but we have created a spool request. Like that. Whenever a person is want to take anything, then it is going to create a spool request. How the flow is happening. Now I am going to discuss the flow. Now you got some idea. Now we will see the flow. You guys understand 3-tier architecture. You are going to log in through SAP GUI, SAP GUI. A SAP GUI, you connect to the server. The request comes to where? The request comes to the server here. This is your SAP application server. SAP application server. And SAP application server is connected to the background. It is connected to the data. In our case, everything is in one box, but normally it is in different boxes. This is the presentation. Many clients are connecting application server. Application server is connected to database. Database is always one. We can have multiple application server. Whenever we are going to connect from SAP GUI, then the request goes to the dispatcher. Here we have a component. Dispatch. Dispatcher, 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 dispatcher then communicate with the processes. We have dialog work process. We are having spool process. We are having background process and we are having update process. We are having 4 types of processes. Then dispatcher is suppose Sanjay is going to log in here. Sanjay log in into the SAP system using SAP GUI. The request comes from GUI to the dispatcher. Dispatcher will assign a dialog work process. Then dialog work process will get the data from the database and retrieve the information and pass it to Sanjay. But suppose Sanjay is going to update anything, then it is going to update into the table. Dialog work process is going to see the data, but it cannot update. Update is done by the update work process. For update, you can see suppose Sanjay is trying to edit a table which is having the primary key. Sanjay is trying to edit a table which is having the primary key and he is trying to insert a duplicate primary key. Will this update successful or not successful? Not successful. Yes, absolutely, because primary key is only one. If I try to insert additional, I will get a failed updates. You can see the failed updates using the transaction code SM13. As a basis consultant, you have to see also daily basis any failed updates happen or not. There could be several reasons. I have just given one of the reasons. Like several consultants are working in SAP, some guys are like not able to perform the task because due to the error. We can find any failed updates here. Here we can see the failed updates. We can just SM13 is the T code with which we can find the failed updates. SM13 to find the failed updates. Now I want to schedule anything. I want to schedule because the dialog would. Now Sanjay want to run. Sanjay want to run report at 9 p.m. One way is either I have to come to office at 9 p.m. and run the report. One way is like this. Suppose Sanjay want to run a report at 9 p.m. Either I have to come to office at 9 p.m. and run a report in dialog mode. Another way could be, the solution is this, I don't want to come to office, or I can run report in background mode. By scheduling that, I need not to come to office at 9 p.m. I can schedule the report to run at 9 p.m. Suppose I want to run a report at 9 p.m. I don't have to come to office. I can schedule the report in the background mode. This is for the transaction. Code related to scheduling is SM36 and SM37. That transaction code we will see now. SM36 is to schedule the background jobs. S36 to schedule and SM37 to monitor the background jobs. preferences. Now we want to take the printout. I want to take the printout. How to take the printout? Suppose this is our server. Now we have a printer here. Printer is here. Suppose all this is running in Windows or any operating system. Operating system spool. At our spool we have operating system spool. Operating system spool. If operating system spool and SAP spool. SAP spool process is going to communicate with the operating system spool and then it can take the printout. In SAP we are having three types of printers. In SAP we can three types of printers. The three types of printers are local printer, remote printer and front-end printer. Local printer means both are running same. If host spool and SAP spool run in same system, it is known as local spool. If it is in different system, it is remote, and if you don't have to define if you want front-end printer to use without defining the printer, front-end printer means whatever printer is attached. Front-end printer is suppose here. I have a printer attached to my machine. I have a printer attached to my machine on client machine Sanjay machine. In this case, I can use front-end printer. This is front-end printer. I can use front-end printing. In this case, the printer need not to be defined into the SAP system. Only local and remote printers we can define into the SAP system. I will show you. I am going to first define the printers and then we are going to take the printout and then we will see how to manage the spool. Sanjay, this local and remote means local means what? And that server itself. We configure the printer. The local means SAP spool process and operating system spool process. Both are running in same machine. Both are running in same machine. You can see here, both are running on server number A. This is server A, suppose server A. Remote printers like we have another machine, server B, server B. Here we have the OS spool. This is printer OS spool. And if operating system spool is not running in SAP system, then it is a remote printer. If operating system spool is not running in the same server, then it is known as a remote printer. We got remote printer, local printer and front-end printer. Three types of printers are: the operating system spool running on remote server B can be another server, which can be also the company's print server. Absolute. That could be the company's print server. Output management server. Local means that machine itself. I will be installing the printer service itself. Yes, operating system printer like printers will be. Like suppose you want to take the print out from SAP printer. SAP printer software is installed on the server where SAP system is also running. Then it is known as local printer. And if it is installed on some other machines, then if I want to connect it is a remote printer. And suppose now you want to take the print out and you don't have defined the printer. Suppose you are connected through SAP GI and the printer is attached to your machine and you don't want to define the printer in SAP, then you can take the front-end printer. I can choose which printer I need to print in front end. In front end, whatever the default printer is attached to you. Whatever default printer is attached to your machine, you can take the printout. I will first create a front-end printer. You can see. To define the printer, we can use the transition code SPAD. SPAD is the T code. With that, we can define the printer. Here I am going to like output device. I just say front end. Just a front end print. Any name you can define. No entry defined. I am going to edit this one. Now I am going to create a printer. I am creating a front end printer. The access method is defined. Device type. I cannot select the device type. These are the printer models. There are thousands of printer models. AP can IBM Dell. You are seeing the list. You are able to see like if I am creating a front end printer, I don't have to like do here. Device type. Device type I can select. But the device type here we can say maybe will be front end printer. The device type would be everything depends on here like how it is going to connect. When we are going to define the device printer as a front-end printer, local printer and remote printer. How a spool is going to communicate with the SAP. Spool process is going to communicate with the operating system spool. The connectivity method could be like here. Access method. In access method, how the operating system spool is going to communicate with the front-end spool server. Here we have the different methods are there. We are having CSF printing using F printing on the front-end computer. Whatever the computer is connected on the front end, it is going to take the printout. Here we can see device attribute. Device attribute, I don't give any device. Because maybe any device could be. It could be any device. Then access method, I have defined here front-end printer. Output attributes, we can define how it is going to take the printout and then save the setting. Specify a host printer name. I say anything I have just given. I have created a printer FP. FP printer has been created. Front-end printer got created. Same way we can create a remote printer RP. I am saying remote printer. But in remote printer we have to define the model. What is my model? Printer model. Because the printer must exist. I am saying it is HP inkjet laserjet. Sanjay, if my printer model will be listed here. If it is not listed, how do I choose? Then see all the printers are listed here. Suppose the software you have installed in 2021 and after that a new company has come. In 2022, new company has come. And that printer you have because there are thousands of printer companies. Then that model is not there. You can use this result also. Device type. Here you can see the device type selection. If device is not able to show here, you can go here. Dataset version. You can update the printer information. You can download the printers list from there and there will be X file that will be available. Later on, if the printer is not there, you can do the device result also. Printer result form. Then access method. The access method will depend what kind of access method. Let me show you the different access method. The main important slide for from tomorrow I am having this training, a DEMA 100 training for a customer. This is like full day training for 10 days. I am just checking printing. Here the slides are better. You can see. Are you able to see the slide here? Local printing. The local printing, you can see the SAP system is full process and operating system is full process. Both are running in the same machine, and then this is connected to the print server or physically local server, and they can print. Now SAP full process is going to communicate with the operating system full process using LOC method. This is very important. LOC method. I will write it here in our picture of local printing method. Here the LOC method. If it is a local printer, if it is a remote printer, OMAC, U for Unix operating system, SOU for Windows operating system. Here you can see different servers. SAP server is different than operating system, is full, is running on different machine. Here the method is SNU, access method is SOU. S and front-end printing. We have the access method G. Here, whatever the front-end PC is using this server, they can. The operating system is full is running on the front-end machine. The operating system is full is running on the front-end machine. Here the access method is G like here. We will write here. OS is full is running on the front-end machine. And here the access method is G. These are the three methods. Up, U, and G method for this. When we are going to define the printers, say PGOI for Windows in this case. If you are using the front-end printer, host printer name, you have to select default. The printer name, you have to select default. Now I am going to define the remote printer. In the remote printer, I am going to specify the host method. Host method remote printer. Remote printer, we can use S or U. We have to select the U protocol or S protocol. Print using SAP protocol. Device attribute I have defined at peak print. Access method is this one. Host printer, name is remote printer. Sieve. Enter a destination. Now it is asking for the destination host. Where is the printer is located? I don't have any printer. I have just the spool server. It is saying unable to connect because we don't have that server. But we have created the remote printer also. Front-end printer. Remote printer is connected. Front-end printer. Again, I am going to add it. Here we have to. Access method is G. Access method is G. Access method is G. Host printer name is _default. Whatever the printer is attached to my host machine, it is going to. And device attribute. Output attributes. Everything is. Now I am going to create a local printer. Local printer. Here I am going to. Access method. But here for local printer we have to use LC method. Host printer name. I have specified and then saved it. We had defined the three types of printer: front-end printer, local printer, and remote printer. You are able to understand how to define the printers. What are the three types of printer? In this way we are going to define the print. Now we will take the printout. Whenever going to take the printout, what happens at OS level? We will see in the slide. Windows or GUI, you log into the GUI. Then the spool request is generated. And all the spool requests are stored into the temp set. Temporary sequential area. That is TC. Then spool work process is going to communicate with the operating system spool. And then it is going to take the printout. Spool request is generated. Whenever the printout is generated, whenever we are going to take the printout, spool request will be generated. Now I will try to generate I want to take the printout. I am going to take. I will run some SUM50T code. I want to take the printout of this one. Print. Now this time, output device, I am selecting my front-end printer. Output device is front-end printer. Here I say immediately. I want to take the printout immediately. I will be having two requests. Spool request and output request will be generated. Continue. Continue. Are you able to read what is written here? Request number sent to SAP printer FP, and now we got a screen here also. Are you able to see? This is for printing. I am using the Microsoft Print PDF. Because I don't have printer is attached. I am just taking the print as a PDF. This is from your machine. This is machine. The same server machine. Same server. Because whatever is the output is there. We got the output. It is now saved. Output request is also saved. This is my output. Here no software for PDF. Save to load. Oh, 0, nothing is there. It has just. You see here the spool request is generated and sent to. Spool request. You can see using the transaction code SPL1. SPL1 is the P code. With that, we can see the spool request. If I just mention here star, I can and specify the username. We can see the spool request number. Don't specify any spool request number. It is going to tell me, which is the same. 7th status not done. 74 status is done. What was my output? You can see the output also. This was the output. At that time, I have taken the print out of this screen. I have taken the print out of this screen. You are taking the print out of the report or all those things. It is very important that as a basis consultant, you have to delete the spool request also. That's what I am asking. We can delete also. Yes, this request. Spool request is there. Suppose some finance guy. He was taking the print out of company employee salary or important documents. All this because basis consultant will be having the full authorization. They can see all the spool related data. Those things you have to specify with security. And here we can delete the data also. Later on doing the confirmation, you can delete also. Delete option. This will be gone from the log. Otherwise, if request is there, anybody can see here. Means the person who is having the authorization. I can come here and I can see what output you have taken. I can see what printout you have taken. If I just delete this one. From here to, I have already taken in the paper. I don't require. Then I can delete the spool request. Can I schedule this deletion? Like instead of manual, we can schedule the deletion also. Scheduling can be done using the report RSPO 1041. The report name is A38. Delete old spool request. We have to schedule this deletion of the report. Here we can see here. Without spool request. Older than 10 days. If I mention here, older than 2 days. Or every day. It is going to delete the yesterday's spool request. Delete old spool request. In processing. If it is in processing, complete. If completed. As you can delete the spool request as per the status of the spool request also. Any request which is completed should be deleted. Incorrect. Should also be deleted within 9 days you can specify. And then we can execute. There will be a background job will be. Background job will be scheduled. This is now running in the background mode and it can delete the old spool. This is the all these spool request. Spool request is generated. Spool request. Spool request. We can see using the transaction code SP01. We can delete also. To delete, all spool requests are stored. This is the transaction code SP01. And all the spool requests are stored into this table also. And we can delete also. We can delete. follower. We can delete the old spool request using ASP0. We can delete that. We can do the Unicode printing. What is Unicode printing these days? Globalization is there. Now we will see. Suppose I want to take the printout in Arabic language. Because you guys are from Middle East. Now you want to take in Arabic language. Whether Arabic language SAP support or not. Your SAP system is running in which language? English language or Arabic or other language? English is there. Arabic, I am not sure to check finance. Normally mostly English. In system status, you can see SAP system can run on any language. It can run on English, Urdu, Arabic, Hindi, Farsi. Any language. Because AP system is what? What it is written here. SAP system support all languages. Now, by default, we got 2 languages installed. When we installed the SAP system, I have installed in front of you the SAP system. Now I want to log in German language. I can log in German language also. You have not selected this option. Have you selected this option? What it is? By default, English is coming. But suppose I want to see in German language. For German language, the code is DE. D for German language. You can see here. Everything is now in German language. Same way, you can work in Arabic language, Hindi language, High language, any language. SAP support all languages. Each and every language. SAP support. Now you want to take the printout. All these languages are mentioned in SMLT. But language you have to input, is it? Like now we have by default, we have the packages. You have to just import the language package. That is 400 MB. You have to download the package from SAP side and you can import using this transaction code. Like create Sparshake. This is German language. I go to English language. I can like Hindi language, Urdu language. I can do it from here. Then I can import the language. Create language. Then sometime what happen? In every language, there are some words that cannot be converted. Then you have to specify the supplement language. That cannot be supported. Then you can whether the things which cannot be converted, it should show in English or other language. Same way for printing also. Suppose I want to take the printout of a script which is having Arabic language. This is the internationalization of SAP. Now we want to take the printout of multiple scripts. I want to make sure that whether my system supports Unicode printing or not printing. I am going to use RP remote printer here. Print preview. We want to make sure that whether our printer is supporting all languages or not. For that reason, I am going to execute a script here. Let's see. You are able to see the Arabic language. Arabic language. But are you able to see the Russian language? Russian language. Number. No, it's very faint. It's not shown. It's like hash. It is in the hash hashing. It means your printer does not support Unicode. I am using RP printer. I am using RP printer. RP printer is not supporting this one. I just go back. I will make the settings in my RP printer. I will open a session. I will go to the SPAT code. Define the printer. My printer name was RP remote printer that I was using. Edit. Then we are having a Unicode print setting. In Unicode print setting, I can specify which kind of Chinese flavor or Korean flavor or Japanese flavor is there. Then save it. I made now my printer as a Unicode printer. Unicode printer means it is going to support all languages. Now again, I just go and run this script, multiple script. My print name is RP. Print preview. Number. Russian language. Are you able to see this time? Now you can see the Russian language. Everything depends on the setting of the printer, what setting you do like. Earlier the same printer was there. RP printer was there. But we have not enabled the Unicode printer. When we enable the Unicode printing, we can see we can take the printout in any language. Whatever the date format is, language format is there. It can show us. Can you show me one more time where you enabled? Yes, how I enabled? I go to the Spool Administration. Here we have the Unicode printer. When we click the Unicode print setting, we have this option. We have selected any of the flavors like Chinese, Japanese, Korean flavor, and then we enabled it. Earlier it was not enabled. It will depend on the printer also. Suppose your printer is very old printer, maybe at that time this will be grayed out. Means you cannot do the Unicode setting. It's not supported, yes, but if it is coming here, you can take that. Then we have lot of options are there. Printers is a very big topic. Here you can have lot of further options. You can see the different color mode, color tray mode. But this is the major important. We can create the printer using the transaction code SPAD. SPAD is a T code with which you can create a printer spool request. You can monitor using SP1. All the spool requests are stored into table TSTO3. You can delete the spool request RSPO. The process is S-process spool process. Spool process is required to do the printing. If, suppose, you don't have any spool process, it means you cannot take the printing from the SAP system. This is the whole idea about printing. How the printing is going to work in SAP. Got? You want to do exercise? I can just give you one exercise you can do if you want to. Yes, please. You can do the exercise also. It will be first you have to check how many spool process is running. or transaction code is SM50. In SM50, you can check how many spool process is running. Second, take a printout of your SM50. LP1, you can specify the printer name and note spool request number. And note spool request. Third task, create a local printer. Create a local printer. First, you have to check the process. The spool process is running or not. Take a printout of your SM50 screen and specify the printer. Note the spool request number. Check using cursor one. In SPL1, you can check the spool request. Whether it is there or not, then you have to create a local print with your name in SPID. We will have to first create the local printer using the SPID. Yes, correct. Yes, you can create a local printer also using SPID. You try to do local printer. When you are going to create a local printer, the access method is access method /pd d2. SPID is a T code. You just put a SPID. Because when saying and doing is lot of difference. When you are going to do it by yourself, it is very, very difficult. Not difficult. Maybe you are screen first time. Very complicated. To where it is, all these things. Steps also we are forgetting, While you are teaching you, we are listening. But after that not. But you are having the video of this one. You can follow because here everything is very, very concentrated format. We are not like otherwise our training maybe for 30 days, 40 days. Our training is very, very short time, but in this short time, we are covering each and everything. We are not missing anything. We are going to cover how to create the printer's access method. But again, I am going to show you each and everything. I am just describing again. You can also try by yourself. An access method. First, you try by yourself. If you are facing anything, you can ask me. I can guide you. Asan and Sora. I think we have virtual machines, that which we prepared. No, he prepared. We have the virtual machines which Sanjay has given us. We don't have virtual machines. But, if you remember, prior to Sanjay started the training, we had decided then possibly we will give the environment and then they will install. Yes, but they gave very high configuration like 132 GB memory, like that. We asked for a specific one, but I am just saying that now, since Sanjay is here, we can, with his help, and he has shown us how to install. Now, I guess the training is only for today and then subsequently it will happen next week. Then this week, maybe we can try to install it ourselves and any queries or something we can clarify that in the next upcoming training session. Yes, we can try that. Just see from where we can download the installable. The installable. Maybe Sanjay can share with us. I don't know whether he can share because it will require us to put the license key from the SAP support. Yes, I think you cannot use those softwares in your, like what we say, in your corporate network. Otherwise, it would be very like, because downloading software can be done only, but the Mac is saying that you can have the VM. There is no problem in VM. VM is a virtual machine. You can just deploy the VM deployer on your VMware software. You have the VM, but we will need the NetViewer software that we are seeing. No software would you can create. They will be having the development, quality, and production system. They can take the VM of the development system and they can give server name. Server name. Server name should below than 13 characters. Should below 13 characters. This is very important. Sometime what happened? Your server name is more than 13 characters. Server name should be 13 characters. Server should be above Windows 2012 server. It is not Windows 2003 or 2004. It is going to be installed. Server should be above Windows 2012 server and paging file. Paging should be 40 GB minimum. Forty GB you have to use. Paging means virtual memory. You know how to set up virtual memory. Virtual memory should be 40 GB. Otherwise, it is not going to install in your system virtual memory. Physical memory. Physical memory. It is minimum is 8 GB and hard disk. Hard disk requirement is only 60. These basic things in your computer should be there. It should be server. Paging you have to set 40 GB. Physical memory 8 GB and then server name should be below 13 characters. These are the some prerequisite for installing. Whenever you are going to install the software, you have to check. And file system is also important. One more thing I forget here. File system only NTF. File system, like suppose if you are having FAT32, FAT64, it is not going to support NTFS file system. GPFS. These are the prerequisites for installing the software. Now you can try to create a printer. First, you are going to create a printer with the SPDT code XS method L or C. And try to take the printout and check all the things whether it is working or not. And then create a front-end printer. You will be getting an idea. Here the access method is G. And you can no need to specify printer. Just use underscore default. At least you can see the code. You can try to create one printer. You will be getting very clear understanding how to create a printer. You can do it by yourself, and if anybody having any problem, they can let. Sir, maybe you can share your screen. All the people can see. Or people like me are not accessing. Sir, you can share if you want. That's a little bit complicated. That's why you can start sharing and then let me see. I need to remember everything now. No, you can. You can do it by software. I will guide you there is. That's a just login. Need to hit C. You can use any. It's up to you. In GSC system, I've given India 7575 password. Here you can use your user ID user1. User1 chooses to user 4. User for password India 7575 I capitalized. Now let me go to SAP code. Yes, output device now enter. There is an edit button. There is a paper button. Yes, great. Your device type a first output device. The printer name, your name. Let's put FP1. No, you can put its. Your name is better. I'll put FP Hassan. FP Hassan print and printer. Hassan device type. Device type. Let me choose. No need to specify. FP no need to specify yes. Print and printer. There is no need to then spool server. Spool server is the server where spool is running. You select. Spool is running in the same server. You can select this option. Training. Now go to access method. Access method. Here we will choose G absolutely G front end. G host printer name. Put same name. No printer name underscore default. Underscore default. Whatever printer is attached to your, this is for the local. No, not local. This is for the front end printer. Local printer. You have to define the actual printer name. Local and remote printer. This will choose our default printer. Default printer. Then save. Save. No need to change. Then save. Short number yes. Your printer is created. Now you go back. Yes, FPSN is created. Now you go back further. Go back. Further go back. Again, go back. Go to the home screen. Now you run the transaction code S50. You want to see the process. Spool process is running. Are you able to see the spool process? Yes, this one. Now you want to take the screenshot. What is the time now? You can see the time is mentioned there 10:50. 10.52. Yes, you take the screenshot of. Take the printout of this one. There is a printer button on the top. Output device. You type your FPSN or you can select from here. No need to know. It will you select it. Either you can search there or you can if you remember. I can search here. Yes, then there is a arrow click button. You click on the button. It will show all the printers. FPS is there. Asphalt. Then print, time print. Known. Print type. Immediately. It is going to take the printout also. Otherwise, it is just generating a spool request. Could not determine a suitable format. Is this fine? Yes. Could not determine. Device type not defined. Then click. Device type. It means your printer is not properly connected. Device type not defined. You keep it. Cancel this one. We need to go to that screen. No, you can open a new session. Open a new session /o. /o generate. You have to type the generate. It is going to generate a new session. You don't have to type again and /o again. Type /o. Enter generate. It is going to create a new session. You are having now 2 sessions. Now here, go to that SPAD and try to solve your problem with the printer. What happened? Output device. You can select from here. FP. Edit. Go to edit mode. Device type. Device type. You have to select standard Windows printer is coming. You scroll down. Windows printer. Device type. What would be device type? Because it could be any printer. Microsoft, that will come. Device type. Windows generic. Windows is not coming. Something will be there. Microsoft. No, I'm not able to search. Device. SWin is there or not? You can search SWin. SWin is there. Microsoft Windows driver. SWin is there. This one. Yes, Microsoft Windows driver. Now you save it. Save it on the. You can minimize this screen. Minimize. Now again, you go to take the printout. Piasan. Immediate. Formatting set to. This one. Formatting set to yes. This one. Not it. Now it should come. Its full request is generated. Now you are having the printer. Yes, this is my printer. IT print. IT printer is there. You can take the printout as a PDF or whatever you want to take, you can take. You can have all the printers are attached, whatever. I will be able to choose my own printer. Yes, you will be able to select on your own printer. In this way, we can take the now. We want to see the school request. Yes, where? What is the command? Now, that's full request. We need to check it. Now it is saving here. You can save it also. Let's see whether some data is there, or you can open this file and check whether it's. Where is this? I think in the real desktop. This is the file. This is the file. Now this pooled request, we need to check. Going as spell on T code, go to spell on T code. // ESP lowing, yes. Now you can just execute F8 or execute, yes, execute. It is saying complete. Yes, this one completed, yes. Completed. It's pull request. Sometimes some users are failed or some any problem. You can see what is the problem and you can try to find. I can delete also. Like selection this and delete. If anybody else is having the authorization, they cannot see what output you have taken. Yes and delete. This stuck. Yes, this fine. This is printing is done. Now we will see the background jobs. What are the background jobs? How to define the background jobs? And how to run the background jobs and check the status of the background jobs. Background jobs. We have two reasons to do the background jobs. Because we want to schedule something. And heavy reports, we cannot run in the dialog runtime. We are scheduling in the background. What is a background job? Background job is a collection of a step. Background job is a collection of a step. A step could be ABA program. It could be OS program. Or it could be external program. We can define background job using SM36P code. And SM3 to check. We are having 6 status of a background job. The 6 status are schedule release. Schedule means you have defined. Schedule means you have defined. But no time mentioned. If release means you have, there is a time. Like suppose the 9 p.m. you have defined. Then this is a release. Then ready. Now 9 p.m. to background job you have scheduled. But you have only one work process. One is running, one is ready. One is ready. Then active. Active means running. One job is active, one job is ready. Because we have only one background process. Ready, active, finished and cancel. Finished and then. These are the 6 status of a background job. Schedule release ready, active, finished and cancel. All these things. We are going to see how to create a background job. How to monitor the background job. Background job is nothing. It's a collection of steps. A step could be ABA program, operating system program, or external program. I am going to define a first background job here. You are able to see my screen. It's a screen. Yes. STSM36 is a T code with which we can define a background job. I am defining job. Name is Sanjay. The job class. Suppose 9p I have 3 jobs. But with the category job on category A, B, C. One job is having category A, One job is category B and category C. And we have only one background process. Which job is going to run? Your C. Categories may be your priority. You mean to say it's a priority? Yes, T. A, B, C means the priority. Which job is going to run? But we don't know the priority. A is higher priority or what? Yes, very good. A is the higher priority. Your A is the higher priority. A is the middle priority and C is the... You can set the priority. Suppose at the same time, suppose 200 jobs have to run. But we don't have the resources. We don't have only two background process. Higher priority job will be running from the lower priority job. We can set the priority. Then we have to define the step. What this job is going to do. This job is going to perform a rep. Suppose it is going to run AB web program, external command or external program. Suppose this job is going to run Windows command. You know any Windows command. This Sanjay is going to run ASP.lim 43. This report will show me the parameters ASP.lim and 43. This report shows me the ABA parameters. This report is going to then save it. This report is going to. Now we have this job is created. Now we have defined the job. We can save it. When we save it, what it is, the status it is. Are you able to see the status? What it is written here? Scheduled, scheduled. But it is not released because we have not defined when the job has to start. Then we can define the start condition when the job is going to run. Immediately date or time after job, after event operation. We have lot of options. We can say you won't believe. There is a consultant who just do only the background job. There are SAP consultant who just do the background job and business process operations. You can make it more complex and more things especially for the telecom companies, because in the telecom companies we are getting the different kinds of messages or all this. Everything is the background job. We can say immediate and then we can say the period. It's a periodic job. I can say this period is every 1 minute, this job, other period. Suppose every 1 minute, this job has to run. Save. Now every 1 minute, this job is going to run. Then save it again. Now save it. What is the status? Now it's released. Now my job has been released also. Now we will see the status of my background job, whether my background job is running or not running. Username. You can see with the username or you can see with the other user also. If I just say star, it will show all the users' job. If I just want to see with the Sanjay user schedule release, we can see schedule release ready, active, finished and cancelled. Then execute. Now you are able to see one job finished also. 28/11/05. This is US time. Then it's not US time. This is our server time, Germany time. We have set our server on the Central European time. This job is finished. We can see the status. We can see the job log. Job start is successfully done. Job started successfully done. Job started, finished, and then it's completed successfully. Now we can see the output of this job. We can select this one spoon. This is the output of this job. There is a 17 page in this output. It is going to show me the 17 pages. This is the output of this. In this way, we can create a spoon request that we can see the job. We can schedule the job and we can see the job. This is, and you won't believe this task I did for 6 months. When I started my SAP career, my job as a basis-like consultant, but my task was like to monitor the job. The jobs were coming from. In my case, I was working with the SCL Technologies in India, Noida, and I was working for company AIG. My customer name is America International Group. What my task was there? I was a basis consultant and I have to monitor. They have the server, they have the SAP system here. AIG in 2003 to 2006. But it was Tata Taylor. Tata AIG is a Tata subsidiary in India. AIG is America International Group like LIC. LIC is from India. If LIC goes to Vietnam or Cambodia, then it's a Cambodia LLC. You used to work directly for AIG. Yes. And they had S400 as well back then. They have lot of systems. I was working in there. I am not working with AIG. AIG was the client of AIG. We are supporting the client AIG. What was my task is like they have Sun America company, Sun America VLEC. The data is coming from different system to SAP system. The data is coming from different system to SAP system. And in SAP system, the background job is running. I have to see the background job. In SAP, we have to monitor, and my cell I was there because I was a junior guy. My task is just to run this T code SM37 every half an hour. Every half an hour, I am running the T code and I have to check whether any job got cancelled or not. Very rare in a week 1 or 2 job got cancelled. Then I have to inform the customer that job got cancelled. Then programmer is going to work. Interface team is going to work. Maybe there could be several reasons. There is a link brokerage. There could be network problem. There could be several reasons. Then they are going to identify because later on this is printing. Later on it is going to the bank and then they are releasing the checks to the customer. If this job is not successful, it could be like hamper the complete flow. In this way it is going to work. Now you can do also. I am going to first document what you have to do and then you can do. Hasana or somebody, they can share the screen and you can try to do it by yourself. You will get the. Now you have the background task. First you have to create a background job. Create a job. First, you are going to create a background job. In step, you mention any wrong name, any wrong report name. You are going to not mention the name. Any wrong ABAP report name. AP report name. Like your name. You can mention anything. Save it. Check status. Then define the time. Check status. And now मैं सेट recent code. Check complete. Define the chat time interval. Every 2 minutes. This job is running. Every 2 minutes this job is running, and then the check status MSS 37T code you can check and complete the status. For background job and check how many. Check the job logs. What is the problem? But before that you have to check in SM50. Check background process. SM36. Yes, this is first task. You have to, in SM50 you have to check first how many background process are there. Because it will depend if you are having 10, 5, 20, how many. According to that, you have to plan the jobs. If you are having very less number of work processes, you have to increase the process. Because whenever you are going to schedule a job is going to use this process. Background process. First you check the process. Sorry, wait. SM50. I have only three background process. I have. Yes, now you are able to understand where is the background process. 3 background process are there. It's in the same screen. You can run the same screen. /M36. You can schedule a job. Job. You type your name. Hustle. Yes, jobs. Job category. Category. Let's make it a yes. High priority. Then how to define a job? No, target is the server where you want it. In program name you type Hassan. Because there is no Hassan program. When you are going to, we will face some problem. Let's face some problem. Then save it. Check save. Program Hassan does not exist. You have to make a check. Don't check. You just save it. Save it. Oh, it is not. Save. Giving error. Hassan does not exist. It is very smart. It is not like that. You can type ASPO. Any report, anything else is there here. You can search from here. There could be thousands of reports. You select anything. Take this one. Yes, you select any report. Now you go back. Yes, now here is the save. Save button is floppy. Now you check the status. Yes, it is scheduled now. Now you have to define the start condition. How the job is going to be run. Start condition. Immediate. Periodic job. Periodic values. Other period. Every 1 minute. 2 minutes. I said for 2 minutes. You can mention 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Save. Save here also. Here you can do very complex thing, like the job should run on the month, last working day, like this. Then save it. Immediate and date and time. There we can mention, is it like when to start, date and time. When to start. Suppose there is a dependency. You should run job 2 after job 1. Job 1 take 10 hours, 5 hours, 1 minute. After event operation mode, you have lot of options. Operation mode. Operation mode means what? Operation mode means in the daytime. Operation mode. How you are working, like you can create the operation mode. During operation mode, you are having 10 background process. In the night mode, you are having 20 background process. You can create the operation mode. Operation mode is a like timetable you can define in the SAP system. Then save it. Save already saved. Then save on the top. Now save this condition save. It is released also. Yes, it is released now. Now you go to some recent code /n. Now you execute. Now you can see. Finished. One is released. One is released. Released means it is waiting for the time. After 2 minutes. After 2 minutes. Now it is 11:16 here. Now you select your job and see the job log. Whether what was the job log? Jot. Session restricted to 500 hits. Job finished. Job finished. Go back. Now you can see the spool of this job. What is the output of this job? Spool is the output. Select the spool. What this job is going to be, this job is like taking all delay our directory. It is going to take the output of the directory. You can see there are 10, 7, 29 entries are there in this job. This is fine. But Sanjay, can you please? This operation mode, I am not able to understand. Operational mode. What is operation mode? You stop sharing. What is operation mode if you are not? You are able to see my screen. You see, here I am having in my SAP system, I am having 10 dialog and 5 background process. I am going to create a day operation in day. Day operation, my day operation start from 8 am to 6 pm. What I want in the day operation I may be having. In the day operation daytime, I am having 10 dialog, 5 background. But in nighttime we are having less users. We specify nighttime start from 6 pm to 8 am. Why we are wasting our dialog work process? We can mention our dialog work process, for dialog work process and total number. We cannot change. Total number will be same. 11 ground work process. Nighttime 6 pm to 8 am. We are having 4 dialog work process and 11 background process. What is the benefit? Nighttime, we are scheduling. We schedule jobs in nighttime. Jobs in nighttime. We can parallel how many jobs can run. Yes, parallel 11 jobs can run, otherwise only 5 jobs can run. Now parallel 5, we can set the operation mode. If you want to create the operation mode, you can see here my screen. As was the tool. We can create any I mode. Data. Operation mode. Date. Daytime save it. Afternoon time, evening time, anything noon or night. I just say day and night. This is only one time activity done by the basis converter. Day and night mode. After that we can define in the day mode how many processes would be there. Settings based on current instances. New instance. Generate. In the day mode, are you able to see day and night mode? Yes, in the day mode, how many dialog mode process? In the night mode, there will be less number of users. Because night mode, very less people, but background jobs will be running. In the background job we have scheduled, we can specify here. In the night mode, we can increase the number of background process. Total number we cannot change. Total number would be same. 10 plus 3 is 13, but we have changed. In the night mode, 9 background process can run. And in the daytime, 3 background process can run at a time. Same time. Here we can run more dialog background process. This is the purpose of background operation. Operation mode. But timing where you mentioned like day means timing where you mentioned yes, very good. Very good. You are very analytical. It means very, very analytical. Other way, if I have explained somebody say very good, then you are trying to understand where we have mentioned that time. Where I can say I am the president of the US. It will not work. You want my passport or my identity card. Same way, here you are day night. Anything I can write here. But where I have mentioned. Where did I have to mention somewhere. Where is the day 63? In some 60 I can mention. Are you able to see my screen? I can select operation mode. Select interval from 9 am to 6 pm. Operation mode is select interval. Then assign operation mode day. Day is going to in 9 to 6. Day is 9 to 6 and remaining time. We can mention the select interval. We cannot select problem there. You can select individual by individual time also, or you can select all the operation mode. Select interval. We can select in this way. After that, we can save it. Oh, it is saying that it cannot be saved. Gap. Miss, there must be if you have, because you have created the operation mode, you have to specify which operation modes are. Would be there. We have specified this. Operation mode is automatic switching off. Why we require operation mode? Because if you want to change the parameter, these are the static parameter. If we are going to change the parameter, we have to restart the system. With this way, we don't have to restart the system. Getting my point? If we have to change the parameter, we have to restart the system. to avoid the restart, and this is very important activity. We want to plan the load according to the time we can use the operation. We have done today background job and printers as well as update. For update, use SM14 SM13T codes. We have completed printer spool and background job for printer. We have discussed SPADT code. We discussed SPADT code. We discussed I-18 and T code for internationalization. We discussed ASFO Timford on report. And we discussed the different CLSG methods. What are the different kinds of methods? For background jobs, we discussed SM36. How to schedule a job. How to check the JASM 37. We have different release of a background job release schedule. We have different status of a background job. Schedule release active. Schedule release active. Schedule means you have defined, but no time. Release ready. Ready means we have 9 pm. 9 pm 10 jobs have to run. But only we are having 2 background process. 2 background job is running. 8 have to wait here. Ready is also very important status to check the load on your system. We are having schedule release ready, active, finished and cancelled. These are the 6 kind of status of a background job. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.